Going live. You're live! Hello everyone, I'm Santiago, and today I'm gonna be testing Horizon Zero Dawn once again on PC with the patch 1.11 on the GTX 1050 Ti, 1650 Super and RX 570. How are you guys doing? Welcome, it's been a while. So, Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition on PC got an update that adds FidelityFX super resolution, so FSR, which we all love because we are budget gamers and we need more FPS, sacrificing resolution but not that much to make it unplayable basically. So hey, Jit Price, H. Ritik, Gupta, Nano Atata doing fine, Florian Safar, Jesper Valentin, hey guys. So I'm going to very quickly read the patch notes of this version 1.11. So it says, whoa, they added DLSS, which we cannot use because we don't have an RTX card. They added FSR, that replaces FidelityFX Contrast Adaptive Sharpening, which was the previous one. Hey, Syed Ali. So UI changes, okay, it added FSR. Performance improvements, improvement to the shader management system. So there's a few differences now. It doesn't pre-compilate shaders when you're loading the game for the first time. It does it in the background, so you don't have as many stutters in the game. But this will mean on the first loading, it'll take way longer, and it depends on your CPU this time around. So as you can see here, it says on higher spec machines with faster CPUs, the loading screens will typically be shorter, because it's loading the shaders with more cores. So yeah, and very quickly, on my previous video 1.10, the previous patch, I was using basically a mix between medium, low, and some stuff on high. So we're going to be using a mix between medium and high now. And there was a lot of rain, so perfect, we can really test the FSR implementation. And it was 30 frames per second, so let's give it a shot. So we open the game. Yeah, nice to see Sony supporting PC games as well. Yeah, same. So these are the settings I'm using right now. The new option, again, simple, which is just the classic upscaling, and FSR. So you got ultra quality, quality, balance, and performance. Let's keep it on disabled for now, just to see the FPS difference, and 80 degrees FOV, just to push the GPU a little bit further. So yes, I want to apply the settings. And here, medium textures, ultra models, ultra anisotropic filtering, high shadows, high reflections, medium clouds, it doesn't go lower than this, no motion blur, TAA, and medium ambient occlusion, because we don't want to turn ambient occlusion off, I mean, let's be honest. So yeah, let's get into the game, shall we? Very rainy, it will be this time around, so that's perfect. And the CPU is at 100% because it's compiling the shaders in the background, so that uses more CPU, but after it's done, it won't be an issue. So yeah, don't worry. Hey, good game. Does this game have any vehicle? Yeah, kinda. You can ride some animals, some of those mechanical animals, but that's about it. So this is mid-high with FSR off. So, hang on. So yeah, as you can see, we drop below 30 frames. I mean, it makes sense. It's rainy. There's reflections. But I mean, this is without FSR. So yeah. DLSS is only for RTX cards. So what I do generally to make the performance drop is that I use the fire arrows on these guys because they explode. And well, it's kind of a cluster duck, as you can see there, but it's still 30 frames without FSR, which I think the patches really improved things, although it drops into the upper 20s, as you can see. So yeah, it drops a little bit below that frame rate, but if we use ultra quality FSR, ultra quality, which is around, let me check my notepad to see what resolution this was. This is around 832p. So yeah, ultra quality on 1080p is like 832p. So let's put it there. FSR UltraQuality, X32p. So we drop the resolution, but we get more performance. So yeah, let's check that out. So we apply the settings. And now instead of dropping below 30, it should stay over 30. Despite the... Yeah, and it still looks pretty good. On a 1080p screen. On a 1080p screen. On a 1080p resolution. So yeah, pretty good. Although I'm noticing the extra blurriness, but the performance improvement is there. What the hell? Okay. So let's restart from my previous save, so you guys can see with the rain going on. But this is medium to high settings. It doesn't look bad at all. It has good shadows, good view distance. Let's see, now with rain. The rain should help break the FSR implementation, but hey, who knows? Let's see, if I use a fire arrow on those canisters. What's in the canister? Let's see, explode! There we go. Come on, explosion please. So yeah, as you can see now, instead of dropping into 26, it drops into 28 at worst. So yeah, the improvement is there. So yeah, we sacrifice resolution, but the upscaling tries to be smarter. So I wouldn't say it's a minor update. It's a pretty big update in my opinion. So yeah, but the thing that matters the most, what about performance, you might ask? Yeah, the VRAM is maxed out, but we didn't have any issues whatsoever. So what I'm going to do now is capture a little bit of footage. So let me reload the save, and we're going to do some side-by-sides right here. So we start recording. This is with FSR on. I'm noticing now that there is some over sharpness on Aloy, or whatever the name is. So let me record a few seconds. Okay, stop recording. Now I disable FSR. So no FSR, just basic 1080p, native 1080p. So we reload the save. Yes. And 1 sec, start recording. And as you can see there, we dropped some frames because we're using native 1080p now. We're doing some comparisons, so don't worry, I'm getting there. But it looks pretty good, yeah. I mean, the over sharpness is noticeable, but considering the performance improvement, I think it's fine. Anyway, let me add those two videos. Where does this save? Okay, 1 sec. Oh god, I always do the same thing. I need to re-record this because the the file should be MP4. Dang it, Nvidia, what the hell, man? 1 second, sorry guys. There we go. I screwed up. So I want to show you a side-by-side because the difference is noticeable, but considering again the performance difference, it's pretty good. And now when it goes over the VRAM limit, it's fine. No way to adjust FSR sharpening, right? In this case, it doesn't seem to be possible. But we'll see. We'll see if I can find something in the menu. Yeah, the sharpness should be a separate slider in every FSR game. Because sometimes some games overdo it a little bit too much. Okay, FSR now should be on UltraQuality. Again, X32p. So we put yes. We restart the save. And let's go. So yeah, I'm selected this rain sequence because there's more stuff moving on the screen. So it should be more obvious. And it should be a good stress test for the upscaler, so yeah. So yeah, a few more seconds. Please test the performance mode. Yeah, performance mode is 50% resolution, so I'm probably not going for that one on a 1080p screen. But hey. Okay. So let's now take a look. Okay. So give me 1 sec. I'm going to share the screen with you guys. So now I'm going to do the comparison. Hopefully you can see what I'm showing you. So I'm going to put them side by side. So guys, try to guess which one is FSR and which one is native resolution. I'll be waiting. I think it's pretty obvious, but you guys let me know what you can see. I'm going to zoom in even more. Which one is FSR and which one is native? Left is FSR, right, middle. Left is FSR, right is native. Left is FSR, right is native. Okay. Some of you guys got it right, some of you guys got it wrong. But as you can see, yeah, the left is FSR. But look at the performance difference. 28 frames versus 34. So the difference between dropping below 30 and being over 30 with these settings. So, I don't know, guys. As you can see, there is some over sharpness to this image. I would like to have an option to lower this, to lower the sharpness a bit. And you can see some artifacting here with the rain and the grass. The grass is a little bit too sharp. But I mean, considering the performance uplift, I say this every time, I think it's completely worth it. Let's see trees into the distance. Yeah, you can see that the trees are lower quality. But again, I'm doing 300% zoom. So yeah, I think it's pretty good results. Although the hair, as you can see, yeah, it breaks. Also happens with the smoke. So yeah. But I mean, if you want the performance uplift, there it is. Let's see the grass. Yeah, I can see that the grass, when rain is there, you can see that it kind of breaks FSR a little bit. So yeah, again, stress test, rain falling in the front of the camera. But still, what do you guys think? Please let me know. I think it's a good alternative, honestly. Pretty surprised. Because this game usually looks pretty soft, so... So yeah. That might me just checked in performance, that's fine. I get it. Yeah, here especially when moving the camera I can notice. So let's try this again. So instead of lowering the settings, you can lower the resolution a little. So yeah, but we're using medium to high. Ultra anisotropic, ultra model quality, high shadows, high reflections, medium clouds, and medium ambient occlusion. It's pretty good. The settings are over PS4. Definitely. Although the resolution, yeah, is below in that case. But I'm not seeing any option for sharpness. At least not here. Which is disappointing, honestly. Because if I could make it a little bit softer, would be nice, I think. But it doesn't seem to be an option. Alright, let's try playing it a little bit like this, and then we'll swap GPUs. Do this with God of War when it releases, of course, man. I'm super pumped for that one. Let's see if I can make it drop below 30. I had a 1070 for a few months, big upgrade, great man. That's a great card still. Let's see, explosion. Come on, explode. There we go. Explode again. Come on. Boom, please. There we go. Yeah, still fine. 29 was the lowest frames, at least right now. So yeah, unplayable, it dropped to 29. 27, sorry. Although the CPU usage is pretty high for some reason. I need already loaded the shaders. Oh, never mind. It dropped back down. Yeah, I mean, I should lower the shadows a little bit, I think. Are we going to try NIS just to compare? Nah, I'm good. No need to do that. Because with NIS, you're also going to upscale the menus, you're going to upscale everything. It's not only the game's image, so they do basically the same thing, slightly differently, so yeah. Although when looking into the distance, I'm getting 27, so let's try to fix that up. But first, without FSR, look at this. If I disable FSR, I jump from 27 frames to 23, so I think it's worth mentioning. So with FSR, I jump from 23 to 27. Let's lower the shadows to medium. And thank you so much, Unlike, for becoming an awesome supporter 2.0. Thank you so much, man, for the generous donation. I hope you enjoyed the icon next to your name and the emojis that come with it. You've been here for a while. So shadows on medium, let's see what happens. From 26 to 27, not great. Let's try medium reflections. Okay. I can see it. Oh, the model quality was on ultra. What was I thinking? Let's try with the same settings as before. Okay. Here the anisotropic filtering actually makes a difference. That's pretty interesting. Okay. I think I got it. Decent draw distances, decent shadows. Yeah, you got the oldest badge. Thank you so much, man, for the continued support. And thank you, Tyrion, for becoming an awesome supporter as well. Thank you so much, man. So, medium to high will be here. I don't know why I put model quality on ultra. Something was wrong with my head, I guess. So, like this, with FSR, it's probably the 30 frames configuration. So, what we're going to do now is compare all the FSR presets. I mean, of course, this shouldn't drop below quality, in my opinion. Below ultra quality, sorry. At that point, 1080p, well, becomes blurry P. It's like 0p. But we're going to do the comparison anyways, just to show you guys what to expect. But remember, I'm using Fire, I'm having a lot of stuff on screen. So yeah, I think that medium should be okay with FSR. Should look similar to the PS4, but you're using mouse and keyboard. What do you think about Plague Tale Requiem? Yeah, I'm super excited for that one. I love the first game, so Here's Hope is a good game as well. FSR versus DLSS, I don't have one. I don't know. Yashariku, I don't know, man. Depends on the game, really. In Unreal Engine 4 in general, it can be quite a win. And thank you so much, Dark Master. Another awesome supporter for 4 months. So thank you so much, man. You're close to the next badge. Thank you so much. I appreciate it a lot. Hope you're doing well, man. 750 Ti, 24 FPS? Yeah, probably, if we are lucky. Anyway. So yeah, if you want to test the game to its absolute limit, just do that. What I just did. Put that canister on fire and you're good to go. And thank you also Sebastian Pocora for becoming a member for 6 months. Thank you so much, man. Enjoy the badge next to your name and the emojis if you haven't used them already. Turn clouds to low. It doesn't have a low option on the clouds. The lowest it goes on the clouds is medium, so yeah, we're kind of screwed in that front. Let me show you super quick. So clouds, where are you? Medium, sorry. Yeah, medium, it doesn't go below medium. That's as far as it goes. So yeah, let's do this. Let's restart from a previous save, which will be... Yeah, let's do another quick save. You like Mafia? Yeah, I love it. Great game, especially the Definitive Edition. They did a great job on that one. So now we're doing quality FSR. So let's see the performance uplift. Quality FSR. So restart from save. And we're going to compare all of them. just because I want to show you guys. One sec. I'm going to record with MP4s. If not, it's going to be kind of a nightmare. So let's save, yes.
They won't be able to kill again.
Okay, here we go. Will you test Scan from Tarkov new patch? I don't know yet. We'll see. Yeah, that's like a 20 frames, 20% improvement, yeah. On the on 1080p with ultra quality. This is quality now, by the way. Okay. Let's do now. Balance, I don't think is worth testing, at least not right now. Let's do just performance right away. Balance, we can skip over it. It's very close to quality. So yeah. Let's do restart from save. Yes.
No one else will die because of them.
Biggest 7 in 5600G equals 1050? No, I don't think so. 720p lowest, not even consistent 30 on the 750 Ti at launch. Well, it's probably better now, but I get you. Still, you're playing on a 750 Ti. You cannot really complain. I mean, come on, man. Okay, there we go. So let's do the comparisons. So we open the program to compare stuff. Let me close both videos. All right. So give me one sec. Hopefully this doesn't take forever. Yeah, my computer is kind of dying right now. One sec. Okay. So, we got it in order of resolution. The one on the left is performance FSR. This is quality FSR. This is ultra quality, and this is native resolution. So let's zoom in as much as we can. There's Alloy. And as you can see, native resolution, pretty crisp. Ultra quality, a little bit softer, and you got those over sharpened edges. And then you got quality that looks softer, and those edges are like more, how to say this, more obvious that it's a lower resolution. And on performance, well, you got like compressed video footage. So yeah. And as you can see, grass clarity gets pretty low once you drop the resolution, especially behind the fire. So yeah. And that tree into the distance. But I mean, again, I'm zooming in 150%. So yeah, in the grass I think is the most obvious. Yeah. The grass makes it pop very easily, especially in performance mode. Performance mode looks like a low resolution video. But again, look at that performance difference. I think that is worth going for ultra quality on 1080p. Anything lower, I don't think is worth doing, personally. So anyway, let's close that down. Sí, lo di vuelta al 100%. For the people wondering, yeah, I played this game till completion on PS4. Unfortunately, I had to use a controller. So yeah. Let me show you the best settings in my opinion for this. So the best settings in my opinion for this will be 1080p, ultra quality FSR, medium settings, high models, high anisotropic filtering. Clouds, we cannot turn them off, unfortunately, so we're stuck there. And that should be it. That should give us 30s with some drops, depending on what's going on the 1050 Ti. I'm going to do a 60 frames configuration after this, although it will be a pretty low resolution, so that's going to suck visually. So yeah, this is 1050 Ti. So yeah, I just wanted to get out of the way that comparison, that visual comparison. As you can see, ultra quality, considering the performance athlete, again, I think it's completely worth it. I mean, with these settings on native resolution, it'll be basically into the 30s and below. I now had to lower the settings further. Let's do fire arrows to make it explode. Let's see, fire incoming. Okay, not so bad. Also, I noticed that with this patch, there's less stutter as well. Especially the first time you load the game. So they really did improve shader compilation on this one. Also, keep in mind, I'm fighting on a on a moment where it's raining. There's fire on the screen. There's effects. So that's kind of the point right here. I'm trying to stress test it, basically. Usually at the beginning of the game, you're going to get a few extra frames. Use tripwire? Yeah, I could. Hang on. I'm distracted. I forgot how to open my wheel. No, that's not the correct key. Well, I have heavy arrows though. I'm not paying a lot of attention. I'm mostly looking at the frame rate counter. That's why I'm playing in autopilot, actually. Are you using a controller? No, I'm using a mouse and keyboard. Although my mousepad got some tea onto it, so it's now being dried outside of the studio. So yeah, that kind of sucks. But hey, I'm using just my table, no mousepad. That's why the aiming is so bad. Anyway. So yeah, I played the game, it was overrated. Okay, that's your opinion. It depends on what you heard about it. I personally think it's a great game. Although I played it on PS4, so I played at 30 frames with slightly lower settings than here, and with a controller. With a controller, you're at a huge disadvantage. Sorry, pig. Nothing personal. Hey, Paradise DK, how's it going, man? Excuses, yeah, I have many excuses each time. Thanks, Fish, I appreciate that. Weird name though, but I don't judge. I should go for the heavy arrows again. Okay, dead. Reduced to atoms. Okay, I'm getting a little bit better without mousepad. How would FSR perform on a 1660 Ti? Should be the same. I mean, it should be like a 20% improvement. At least that's what it's been for me with that resolution drop. But as you can see, for a 30 frames per second target, this should be good enough. It's X32p, yeah, it's not native 1080, but it looks pretty good, considering the resolution we're using. And again, we cannot ask much, it's a 1050 Ti, I mean, come on. So yeah, let's try 60 frames. For 60 frames, I'm pretty sure that 900p won't cut it, but we're going to try it super quick. Yeah, 50. Let's try low settings. Yeah, favor performance. And let's see what happens. Oh, you can turn off shadows. Yeah, we're not doing that. Try Nintendo 64, maybe after this. Okay, yeah, not even on 900p low. We're getting anywhere close to 60 when moving around, so it's gotta be 720p then. Yeah, 60 frames is so hard on the GPU in this game. Okay. And without FSR. At 720p FSR... yeah, it still drops below 60. So yeah, if you want 60 frames on a 1050 Ti, you're going to need more GPU power. So this is 720p. 720p low. So do not expect 60s, it won't be good. This will be 720p with 77% resolution. So 720p times 0.77. This is 554p. Okay. PS2 resolution? No. Probably, yeah. Well, no, actually no. Xbox, OG Xbox resolution. So let's try that out. 720p, ultra quality, low settings, and that's about it. Oh man, beautiful. But hey, it's 60 frames. So yeah, 60 frames like this. Oh, the PS4 and PS5 FOV is 70 degrees. Yeah, although lowering the FOV in this case shouldn't make a huge difference. But there you go. Yeah, PUBG is going free to play. Finally. It's been 85 years and Fortnite took the market. But man, all the it's so much better at 60 frames. Holy hell, the aiming, so much easier to do. I mean, look at that, I can nail shots close to the eye. Just like that, so easy. It makes the game a lot easier, yeah. It's so easy to hit targets. Explode! There we go. So yeah, for $400 to $500 on the PS5, yeah, there's no competition there. Anyway, let's do the 570, the 1650 Super. I'm going to go back to the best settings just for you guys to see them. In this case, it's 1080p Ultra Quality FSR. Let me apply the settings. Yeah, with a controller it's hard even at 60 frames. Yeah, I agree. That's true. So we're doing medium textures because VRAM, high LODs, high anisotropic, high shadows. Yeah, let's keep it on high for the 1650 Super. High reflections, medium clouds because clouds kill performance. And let's keep it like that for the 1650 Super. But if you guys are playing on a 1050 Ti, keep everything on medium and the model quality and anisotropic filtering on high with ultra quality FSR and you should be good to go. Let's swap to the 1650 Super. Final boss is let down on this game. Oh yeah, no, actually I like the final boss fight. Although I was expecting more, yeah. But still, I think it was okay. Anyway, let's swap GPUs, shall we? I'm still waiting. Look at that stranding, it probably is Maxwell hitting its limits. Yeah, although it's a Kojima game. It was already thought for the PC platform as well. I remember when it was first announced, there were leaks of a PC version. Hang on. There you are. Graphics cards. So 1650 Super in. And let's continue. No FSR versus NIS? No, I'm good. I'd rather play with the in-game implementation. Both do the same thing, both lower to a certain resolution, so they're kind of the same. Although the sharpening on NIS I think is done in one step instead of two steps like on the FSR, But the difference there with FSR is that you can do it from any resolution from within the game, so your native resolution stays, but in the game you only upscale the 3D rendering, not the menus, not the UI, all that is not affected. So yeah, I personally rather use FSR when it's available, and if NIS comes to options menus, I'll use it as well, because why not? Anyway, we are back into the computer now. So, MSI Afterburner, there we go, 1650 Super. Let's launch the game once more. It's going to take longer now because it'll compile shaders, so it'll max out our GPU. So yeah, that's kind of to be expected. Keep that in mind, please. 1080p high, FSR disabled right now. So what the game does at the beginning, DX12 title, is going to compile the shaders. That's why the CPU, as you can see there, is completely maxed out. So it's going to take a few minutes for that to compile. And as you can see, we're using medium textures, medium clouds, and the rest on high with TAA. And as you can probably notice, the VRAM is maxed out. So yeah, there we go. Let's launch into the game. While it compiles shaders, we gotta wait, so the better the CPU in this case, the faster it will launch for the first time. Yeah, Forbidden West should be better on day one on PC, I'm guessing. On day one. If it ever releases, I'm thinking it will. But if they release another game on the PC, at least they have the experience from the first Horizon releasing on PC. They improved it quite a bit, actually. There was a lot of stutter on day one, I remember. And there were assets disappearing. It was a complete mess on day one. How do the medium textures compare to high? I think the grass improves a lot over medium settings. But if you look closely, yeah, you can see a lower resolution of the assets. But in general, the grass is what changes the most. That's the most obvious difference, I would say. When you lower the textures, I mean. It's nice to see normal readers at 1080p on a budget PC. Agreed. Although, I want to see Keanu Reeves. Imagine Keanu Reeves in Death Stranding. It would be breathtaking. Did you get your ticket for Spider-Man No Way Home? Yes, I will be going there on Friday. I'll be watching that movie on Friday. I'm super hyped. It's going to be amazing. Yeah, day one was terrible. Okay, still loading those shaders. Should be almost done. My CPU is crying. Stop making me load assets. Vulkan or DX12. In this case it's DX12. Yeah, there's no way around it. 3050 Ti rumors to launch at the end of January. It will be amazing. Although all I want is stock. Please give me stock. I want to buy something, please. No, Emma, no tiene. Do you plan on playing Final Fantasy VII Remake? Yeah, on Thursday. It will be great, I think. It's an Unreal Engine 4 game. Hopefully we can tweak it to our liking. So as you can see, on high settings, the VRAM usage is extremely high. Let's see if we can make it stutter. But as you can see, it's basically medium clouds, medium textures, and the rest on high with TAA and no FSR. Let's see if we can make it drop below 60. It's probably pretty easy once I start shooting fire arrows at the enemy. So yeah. Is this running on SSD? Yeah, it is. Although that should only make loading times longer. Shouldn't affect performance. So as you can see right now, 100% CPU still loading assets. But the frame rate drops below 60, which happened before as well, although less stutter, which is good. Thank God. So yeah. So considering the GPU we're using, not super bad. Let's try with FSR, and then if it's necessary, we're going to drop settings. So FSR on UltraQuality. So in this case, we are dropping to 832p. So FSR UltraQuality, 832p. Whoa. 832p. So yeah, 1080p, UltraQuality, medium to high, which is high with medium textures. And now we're over 60, although we still drop. But let's see. Let's go into battle. Battle. Yeah, that's pretty good. 50 FPS on high while raining, while attacking enemies with those fire arrows. Okay. It dropped into 60. But as you can see now, well, it's into the upper 50s and low 60s in the bad parts. So I'd say it's a noticeable improvement. What about FSR quality plus high textures? You're not doing high textures on 4 GB of VRAM. Sorry, man. Not a good idea. If you like textures, you need more VRAM. That's kind of a shame, but it is what it is. I mean, you might be able to get away with it, but we're already hitting VRAM limits. How does the game look? I think it looks great. I mean, there's so much movement that I kinda not notice it. I mean, you can see that it's a softer image, but you're doing so much movement with the camera that it's kinda... I don't know how to say it. It's very subtle. Unless you start looking closely and pixel peeping, yeah. But remember that this is optional. So yeah. Okay, let's stay still and record some quick footage. So FSR UltraQuality. Let's do... hang on. I'm going to do a few seconds so we can have a comparison. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds. There we go. Now on 1080p without FSR. So this is what the... okay. What happened there? Why am I at 30 frames now? That's weird. Maybe I'm VRAM limited? Okay, hang on. Huh. What the hell happened there? Huh. Okay. That was weird. What the hell? Okay, let me try that again. I gotta record it twice though. That was a weird bug, yeah. Huh. Yeah, when I disable FSR, it hard locks to 30. I think I know why. This is probably what I was talking about before, the VRAM limitation. The game is probably loading... when you're using a higher resolution, it uses more VRAM. So yeah, when I was changing FSR on and off, it adds more VRAM when I disable FSR. It uses more VRAM, better said. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. So that's probably going to be a game restart for me. Yeah, that's so interesting. Yeah, we're definitely VRAM limited. I mean, look at this. If I enable FSR, boom, 68. So yeah, there's definitely VRAM limitation there. This is why I recommend lowering textures. Okay, now it's fine. Now we're not hitting those VRAM constraints. So let's do the comparison right away. So I'll record this. 8, 9, 10. Now I enable FSR. So you're using less VRAM as well. It's not 69. Oh no! Dang it! Well, 4 GB of VRAM is not dead, so you were actually wrong there. But yeah, it's a limitation. You cannot expect high textures on 4 gigs of VRAM anymore. At least not in newer titles. Okay, let's do a quick comparison to show you guys. So we got side by side. And let's click on play. So So as you can see, the FSR one is 71 frames, and the non-FSR one, the native 1080p, is 59. So it's a massive improvement in that regard. And the image clarity, yeah, gets affected. It's a little bit too sharp, I would say. And there's some artifacting on the native image. That's probably something to do with my capture card. So yeah, as you can see, I would like to have a sharpness filter. That would be good. It's a little bit too sharp. And yeah, the sun placement is different. So yeah, that doesn't help. There was just a cloud going over Aloy at that moment. So yeah, I think it's still worth using, honestly. Yeah, you get some worse image quality. Remember, this is 1080p with ultra quality. But considering the performance improvement, again, as I say each and every time, it's the difference between being at 60 and below 60. So yeah, it also helps with the VRAM usage, which is nice because it's a lower resolution. So I would say, yeah, this is the settings I would use. 1080p, ultra quality FSR, 90 degrees FOV. Apparently the PS4 uses like 70 degrees, which is hilarious. It's so narrow. Oh yeah, a lot better. So yeah, as I was saying, 1080p, ultra quality, 90 degrees FOV, graphics, medium textures, high models, high anisotropic, high shadows, high reflections, medium clouds, maybe motion blur if you're into that. Personally, not a fan. And ambient occlusion on high. That's about it. That should give you 60 frames. In general, maybe some drops when there's a lot of effects. But overall should be fine. 4K possible? Difficult. With this amount of VRAM, should be doable. But not without FSR. That's as far as I can go. So yeah. Okay, let's get into more demanding stuff. This chat is too peaceful. That's fine. I like it that way. Okay, we get into this part. As you can see, when I move into certain areas, the CPU maxes out. That's because it's loading shaders in the background. According to the patch notes, that's what should be happening. As you're playing the game, the shader compilation stutters should be lessened. And as you can see, that's happening because the CPU is maxed out. It's doing its job. So yeah, it should stabilize in a few. Although I'm so accurate at 60 frames with mouse and keyboard, it's ridiculous. It's so much easier. Although I missed my shot there. Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, we're discussing VRAM problems here. Yeah. There we go. Boom, reduced to atoms. Oh, dang it. There we go. Dead. What's your game of the year 2021? I think it's Kena Breach of Spirits. I think. We'll see. I'm guessing that's the one, yeah. Alright. Let's try a 30 frames configuration super quick because you guys requested it. I'm going to do... I mean, I could do 1440p. Yeah, hang on. Let's lower those textures to low though. We're doing medium to low. Yeah, like that. And what else? Okay, 1440p. Without FSR, let's keep it on native res. Well, with native res actually I'm using more VRAM, so let's keep it with ultra quality. Okay. Oh, I screwed something up. Hang on. Gotta close the game. One sec. So 1440p FSR should be with ultra quality 1440 times 0.77. It's 1108p, 1109p. on 1440p medium. So yeah, this helps us on the VRAM usage as well, which is pretty cool, in my opinion. So 1440p. Yeah, for some reason it takes your desktop resolution as the native one, even if I select a higher one, so yeah. I've been able to play at 4K with the RX 5500 XT, 4GB, but I had to put textures on low with FSR on quality. Makes sense. Although, I mean, 4K on quality mode would be 2160 times 0.66. Sure, so you're essentially at 1425p. You're not doing 4K, which makes sense, but it's still below 1440p. It should still look better than native 1440p though, in that case. So as you can see there, 1440p ultra quality FSR, which is around 1109p. And on graphics, we are basically on medium settings with low textures. Let's go. Why would you do that? Why not just do 1440p at that point? I mean, it should look better if you have a native 4K screen to put 4K and then quality FSR. The menus would be looking way sharper, and the image overall will upscale to your native, which makes more sense than just doing linear 1440p. So if I had the option, honestly, that's how I played Resident Evil Village on PC. I selected, what's the name of this? Hang on. So 1440p, ultra quality, again, medium settings, low textures. So as I was saying, and thank you so much, Frank, for the $9 donation. Thank you so much, man. That's super generous. He says, I love your channel. Thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate it a lot. You basically paid for 3 days of videos, so that's super appreciated for the direct support. Thank you so much, man. So as I was saying, this is 1109p. We are limited by VRAM, so even on low textures, the native 1440p is too much for 4 GB of VRAM. So as you can see, we're getting over 50 just fine. Although, again, not native 1440p. Still looks good though, because it's close to 1080p. I mean, this is basically over 1080p. A little bit over 1080p. So yeah. What looks better, low 4K or 1080p high? It depends on your native screen. If you have a 4K screen, 1080p high is nice, but it's probably going to look too soft. And 4K low depends on the game. Some games on low look like absolute garbage, and some games on high, and some games on low look okay. So depends on a game-to-game basis, really. Bueno, saludos desde Antártica. Gracias, no, Tata. Me alegro que me sigas mirando ahí a pesar del frío. Alright. There we go. Some streamer built a 3090 just to play Among Us. Had to be a meme. And here I am with a 1650 Super saying, hey guys, 1440p is possible. That's hilarious. Anyway, the limitation of this again, we have VRAM limited, basically. So if I do native 1440p, it's probably going to be 30, but the VRAM usage goes sky high. Which, again, when you're VRAM limited, this happens. So this doesn't make sense, of course, if you are talking about pixel counting, because it's 1109p is not that far away from 1440p, but it uses so much more VRAM, and we are limited by the 4 GB that this happens on native 1440p. So to save on VRAM, my advice again, use FSR and you're good to go. As you can see, it frees up all that video memory that we needed. So yeah, and you lose some pixels, but makes complete sense. Let's do 4K now. Let's be stupidly high end. I'm going to put it on performance mode first. 4K on performance mode is basically 1080p. Oh, and I gotta restart the game again. Ooh, that sucks. ¿Eres de tu amigo o familiar? Un poco de las dos. Anyway, time to try. Oh, that's 8K. Dang it, my bad. 4K. There we go. Native 4K now. Wish me luck, I'm going to need it. So, 4K. Let's try native 4K first, on low. So 4K low, FSR off. And then after that we do performance, quality, ultra quality, all that good stuff. So 4K native res, we go first for that one. Yes, apply the settings. Everything on low. Shadows, we're going to keep them on low. We're not disabling shadows, we're just lowering it to low. Santiago and his man, little did they know I own a 3090. I wish. I would be able to run the videos a lot faster. That would be nice. But I don't need it. It's too much power. It's way hotter. I'm fine. I'm fine with my 1650 in my streaming PC. Speedo, la que puedas comprar. For the people asking, what's the best GPU right now to buy in 2022? I would say the one that you can buy. The one that you can afford, basically. So as you can see, this rock hasn't loaded the assets. Why is that? Well, we have VRAM limited, once again. But this time around, the textures haven't finished loading. So we're stuck there, waiting for those textures to load. Let's use FSR UltraQuality. Let's see what happens. UltraQuality first. Which in this case, since we're at 4K, this will be... Let me see, 2160... 2160... 3840 by 2160? Yeah, 2160 times 0.77, 1663p. Something like that. So 1663p. So it's not even 1800p, it's... it's 1663p. Let's see, let's apply the settings. Being able to afford a GPU in 2022, yeah, imagine that. Okay, so we're at 4K, ultra quality, low settings, but we got shadows enabled. And I'm getting 30 frames per second, mind blown. It looks super sharp. I mean, we're over 1440p, so makes sense. But still, looks amazingly sharp. Let's see if I put explosions in the middle. That is going to probably kill the GPU. Okay, still 30. Mind blown. Dang it. I forgot how to dodge. Ugh. 4K 30, kinda. We're dropping below that. I'm probably doing quality FSR on this one. Yeah, maybe quality makes more sense. But still, looks great. Super sharp. So if you don't mind lowering the settings to low, without turning off the shadows, of course, you can do 30 frames at 1663p. 4K confirmed. Your turn, consoles. Ah, he was so pissed. He literally owns 2 consoles. Oh well. Let's do quality. Although, ultra quality, pretty good stuff. Let's do quality now. Which in this case, since we're at 4K, quality will be 2160 times 0.66. Okay, 1426p. 1426. Which is almost 1440p, I mean, let's be honest. Quality mode is basically 1440p upscaled to 4K, but it probably looks better than native 1440p because of the upscaling. Okay, we get 3 extra frames. In this case, it makes a good difference because between dropping into 29 and being in the mid 30s gives us some space to use VSync if we wanted to, so that's pretty good. So yeah, time to do the 570, I think. But looking good. Let's use some fire. By the way, did you get a code for Final Fantasy VII Remake? No, but if I don't get it, that's fine, I can buy it. That's a game I'm interested in. So yeah. Anyway. Yeah, super sharp. I like this. Although I'll personally play at 1080p 60 frames on this card. With higher settings. I mean, look at that stuff into the distance. Yeah. That's low settings for you. Although it not loaded the assets, I think. Okay, makes sense. Now it loaded. Yeah, that's probably a byproduct of the higher resolution. So much VRAM used. Yeah. Kinda makes sense. Let's try performance. Yeah, performance should be 1080p. Let me see. Yeah, 50%. Performance is basically 1080p. So yeah. 1080p upscale to 4K. So yeah, for you guys wondering, let's see. Okay, yeah, I'm seeing that. So 4K 1080p upscale to 4K, as you can see, runs a lot worse, which makes sense. The base resolution is 4K. It looks a lot sharper than 1080p. Yeah, this is way sharper than 1080p native. So yeah, frame buffer 4K. Rendered resolution 1080p, but we're doing a massive upscale here. There's no ultra performance, unfortunately. Only performance, that's the minimum. So yeah, if you have a 4K screen, you can actually crank up the settings, probably. But still, VRAM is the big limitation on this one. But it's in a better state, that's for sure. Glad this game is in a better state now. Launch state of PC was awful. Yeah, it's way better now. Without a doubt. I'm glad that they are learning their lesson. Okay. Let's do the 570. The 570 used a lot of VRAM, I remember. And it was not loading some textures. So let's see if that still happens. That would be interesting. Maybe they improved that as well. So let's put it on original. Yeah, let's put everything on medium. That should do the job for the 570. Models on high and anisotropic on high. Let's be fair with the 570. Probably for 30 frames, we're going to need that. So yeah. Let's get out. We need to learn the lesson to stop buying unfinished games. Yeah, good luck. Good luck with that. I'll be waiting. Anyway, let me delete the drivers first, 1 sec. So GPU drivers, DDU. It's going to make noise, yeah, that's my Windows, not your Windows. There we go, yeah, delete my drivers please. So while we wait, let's talk. 570 was horrible, yeah, with 4 gigs of VRAM it was horrible on Horizon Zero Dawn because it wasn't loading the textures properly. Which was the biggest issue for me, at least, with this game. Saludos, Alan, desde Uruguay. Te saludo a México. That's one hell of a GPU, hell yeah. Yeah, the 1650 Super is faster, but still. At that time, they were pretty close in price, so we'll see what happens. What are your expectations, speculations of God of War on PC? Should be easy to run. I'm guessing. Yeah, visually is pretty advanced, but as long as you're using PS4 settings, should be playable on most GPUs, I'm guessing. Those are my initial impressions from the requirements, that it didn't require a 4GB card, it says 3GB. So in general, that means that probably the minimum is a 1063 gigs if you want no stutter, but we'll see. We never used that engine on PC before, so we might be surprised. Who knows? $570. Time to install more drivers. Oh, look at that sexy Series S. Hell yeah. Love the Series S. Fits almost anywhere. That's what she said. And he. And some games run amazing. Well, Halo Infinite runs great on the Series S. And it might as well. I mean, it's one of those main titles. Hopefully they can take advantage of those Zen 2 cores when making games. You ordered one, can't wait for it to come? Well, enjoy, man. With Game Pass, you won't get bored anytime soon, I'm guessing. Yeah. There were not enough TWSS jokes in this video compared to Dead by Daylight stream. Yeah, she said it. Bueno, saludos, Emadraco. Te saludo desde Estonia. Which GPU will you test now? The 570. I'm installing the drivers right now. I can actually show you. So 570, installing drivers from scratch. 1 sec, not going to take long. Who's playing the music? I am playing it. I think I'd rather wait more time and get a Series X. Well, that's up to you. That's not a bad choice. I mean, you get so little storage with the Series S. I would say that's the biggest disadvantage. Apart from having a lower end GPU, that the storage is... In the box it says 512 gigs, but it's like 380. It's kind of ridiculous. See, Mr. Cadillac. I've been trying FSR on Horizon. I noticed it has really bad over-sharpening effect. Yeah, it does. It does, but considering again the performance improvement, I think it is worth using still. I wish we had a sharpness filter. Yeah, that's why I said at the beginning. But hey, maybe in a future update, who knows? It would be nice to have a sharpness filter. A sharpness gauge. It's a little bit too sharp, yeah. Especially, you can notice that in the foliage. External hard drive for all Xbox One games, yeah, that's a good option. Have they fixed the 570 performance in Halo Infinite? I do not know, haven't tried it yet. Sapphire, Gigabyte, I don't remember, let me check. Gigabyte Aorus 570. Qué lástima, Mr. Cadillac, pero voy a borrarlos con DDU y volverlos a instalar. Do you think FAR is worth using with a GTX 1080 at 1440p? Oh, FSR you mean. Yeah, sure. You get free performance, so go for it. If you like how it looks, I'll take it. Love from Sri Lanka, well, love from Uruguay, mister. Hope you're doing well. Been messing with Reshade recently, have you tried it? Not really. It made some of my games crash because of the overlays I use, so I'd rather skip it. There's so much messing around that you can do that I lose interest very quickly. But it's fun to be able to do it. Okay, I have the latest drivers. So let's open Horizon. So is AMD card better than Nvidia card? Depends on the card, depends on the game, depends on many factors. Alright. Hang on, there you are. Horizon. It usually doesn't make much noise, check yours. Clean the GPU. Oh, you're talking to somebody else. Okay. Ni idea, Diego, nos enteremos cuando salga. Does it make loud noises when it's under load? Yeah, it kinda does, sometimes. Although you can undervolt it just fine and enjoy some free temperature boosts. Okay. So again, like I said before, We're doing first 1080p without any FSR on a mix between medium and high with TAA. It's kind of necessary, so yeah. And the game is going to load the shaders in the background. So you're going to see very high CPU utilization in this menu, also while loading the game, but that's another thing. So loads shaders first of all, and then it's going to start using less CPU. So keep that in mind. And this is 1080p low, by the way. 1080p medium. 1080p mid-high. With FSR off. Marcelo, hace tiempo cuando salió. No sé cómo andará ahora ese juego. What happened to the RX card's performance? I don't know. We're going to find out in a minute. Hey brother, much love from Sri Lanka. Well, much love from Uruguay, sir. Series X for 500 is such a bargain. Yeah, if you can find one at that price. But yeah, I agree. Among Us VR on the 1050 Ti test? Maybe later. Such a random thing. Come on, we got you. Keep loading those assets. Hey, Roger. Welcome. Yeah, I'm very sussy. Ah, qué lástima. Okay, almost there. Load those assets. Hopefully the textures do not break, like on day 1, and, well, and on patch 1.1. Hopefully they break less. Yeah, I remember playing at 15 FPS. Those were good times. I wasn't worried about any numbers whatsoever. I was just happy with what I had. Come on. Finish loading, please. Yeah, the CPU is a big factor in this first load. Okay. Yeah. Not sure if those textures loaded, actually. Let's see. Let's run around and let's see if we can make those textures load. Okay, it seems to be fine, actually. I gotta pay a little bit more, though. Yeah, this is definitely not loaded. I'm guessing. Maybe I have to put textures on low on this one. Yeah, I do not think... I'm not sure, man. I don't know. Yeah, it looks weird. Come on, explode. Alright. Although, still running better than the 1050 Ti, so that's good. In some games that does not happen, which is always a bummer. Okay. Yeah, I don't think they're completely loaded, yeah. Let's go back and let's see. Yeah, some stuff flickers as well. Although the VRAM usage is lower now. Yeah, this is definitely not loaded. Yep, I saw some pop in there. Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely not loaded. Hang on. Let's restart from a save. They're pissing me off. So yeah. It sucks in that regard. Oh, I know what to do. Hang on. Let me reload that save super quick.
This area will be a little safer now, at least.
Let me record 10 seconds so I can compare with the Nvidia card, because I tested both. So I should have video footage for both of them. Okay, let's open the Nvidia comparing tool, and let's see if those textures are the same, or if they're not loaded. Yeah, Yeah. Definitely not loaded. See this? On the left we got the 570, on the right we got the 1650 Super. Both of them using a lot of VRAM. The 570 is using more RAM though. But see that? The textures are not loaded properly. For some reason. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, I imagine those textures were not right. I mean, look at that difference. This looks like a matte painting. What a shame, man. What a shame. Let me see if FSR fixes that issue. This program is called iCat from NVIDIA. They released it a few weeks ago. Okay, UltraQuality FSR. And medium to high settings. Let's see what happens. Yeah, still nothing. Come on, asset. Please. Let's try something different. Let's try low textures. Kinda sucks, but I think I'll have to do it. Oh, before that though, let's lower everything to medium. Let's see if that does anything. Okay. Those textures are still there, like that. Not loaded properly. This looks like a tiger skin. But it doesn't want to be loaded. Low textures maybe? Okay, that did it. That actually fixed it, I think. No, it didn't. Never mind. Yeah, no. Let's restart the game, just in case. We're going to keep everything on medium. And let's see if we can make the textures load properly. The Rock has a ghillie suit. Yeah, that's the Rock in a ghillie suit. I agree. Rayman Origins is free on Uplay. Okay, thanks for the heads up. I'm going to make a video after this then. Thank you, man. It's going to be fun. I'm going to record some gameplay and upload it to the channel. That's what I do now with the free game stuff. I do gameplay plus the announcement. ¿Cuál es el precio de la 3090 en tu país? Como $3,000. VRAM usage didn't drop even 1 megabyte when you turn textures to load. Oh well. Who knows what's going on behind the scenes? One sec. Alright, let's try that again. This is now medium settings. And if that doesn't work, well, we're going to try low textures. Also, if you have the 8GB version, this shouldn't be an issue. Keep that in mind. This is only on the 4GB cards. We are VRAM constrained, unfortunately. Yeah, no, still a matte painting. What a shame. Alright, let's try low textures and we restart the game. Let me try something super quick though. Nope. Yeah, low textures. Yeah, textures on low actually looks better. But it doesn't fix it completely, which is kind of funny. I mean, look at these guys. How do you record gameplay from other PC with a capture card?
They won't be able to kill again.
So this is textures on low. Let me record super quick, 10 seconds. And now we put textures on medium. But that is interesting. Actually, low textures helps in this case. That's pretty funny. It improves it a little bit, but the grass will be worse. So that's interesting. Let me show you. How do you hot swap GPUs and turn the PC off, then swapping them? I have a separate computer doing the live stream. That's how. Oh, I screwed up there. Okay. So look at this. This is super interesting, at least to me. If you put the textures on low, it actually looks better with low textures. The one on the right is textures on low, and the one on the left is textures on medium. So yeah, it gives you some extra details. But that shouldn't happen. That shouldn't be the way. If that makes any sense. You're pre-recording live, the matrix confirmed. What do you mean? But still, some of those extra textures do not run into that. Let me show you very quickly on the NVIDIA card. I think this is the NVIDIA card. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. No, this is not the NVIDIA card, I think. Oh yeah, it is. Never mind. My bad. So the issue with low settings is that, yeah, this looks better. In the middle we got low, at the right we got the NVIDIA card. And on the left we got medium on the AMD card. So yeah, low on the AMD card looks a little bit better, but then the grass takes a nosedive on low, so I don't know. In this case I would probably use medium textures just for the fact that the grass looks so much better, and you're seeing the grass pretty often. So yeah, kind of a bummer, honestly. There's another more evident texture though. The ones of the wooden bridges. Yeah, this can look terrible. Okay, let's try it like this. So I start recording. Put those textures on low now. And I record a few more seconds. Yeah, that grass does not look like grass at all. Yeah, I agree. Alright. Let's open that up again. Alright. So this is what I was talking about. The one on the left is low textures, and the one on the right is medium textures. This shouldn't be. Medium textures has a lower quality wood texture on this bridge, but then the grass on medium textures looks a lot better. As you can see. On low, yeah, the wood looks better, but the grass looks like garbage. But then on medium, the bridge looks worse and the grass looks better. I'm guessing that the VRAM budget there is going for the grass. But still, look at this. What the hell, man? I like the grass, but at the same time, this being so low res kind of breaks my eyes. It makes my eyes bleed. So, yeah. Pick your poison, I guess. You rather have good grass or good rocks? Up to you. Personally, I prefer the good grass because grass is everywhere. Let's try high textures just to see if we can do anything. Yeah, no, as you can see, look at this. I'm going to zoom in super quick. So I put textures on high. Okay, let's lower them to medium. So I enable medium, nothing happens. I put textures on low, I apply, boom, they're back. I put them on ultra, they're gone. Put them on medium, nothing happens. I put them on low, they're back. Ah, my brain. So yeah, it's pretty easy to reproduce, I would say. So in my opinion, just keep it on medium, like this, and don't bother. You get better grass. Yeah, the textures suck. The one in the middle, the ones like bigger rocks and bridges. It's pretty obvious. But there's not much that we can do. Just get an 8GB card, I guess. 8GB on AMD or get screwed. So 1080p, ultra quality FSR, medium settings, and that should be it. You shouldn't need to do anything else. I'd rather have better grass, in my opinion. So yeah, you get good grass, but garbage, garbage other textures. So yeah, you either use a VRAM for good grass or for good rocks and wood. Up to you. Let's see if on this one it changes in any significant way. Okay, that's a lot better. What the hell, man? Ah! Dang it. I'm not sure which one I would choose. Okay, if you like the rock textures, use low. If you want the bad rocks and the good grass, use medium. I don't know. I'm doubting now. That rock looks so much better on low. Dang it. They're making me choose. Screw the grass. Yeah, screw the grass. Let's keep those rocks. Although those trees are flickering a little bit. So yeah, ultra quality FSR, medium settings, low textures for good rocks. And that should do. Yeah, frick the grass. That rock looked dreadful before putting textures on low. Yeah, love rocks, say no to grass. That sounds like a drugs ad. Anti-drug ad. Don't do grass, do rock. Yeah, the grass is not too bad, actually. Oh, although there was so much pop in there. What happened? Yeah, if you have the option to get a 570, try to get the 8GB version. Yeah, I mean, those trees flicker into the distance. The rock will be proud. Yeah, hardcore stoners do rock. That's a good one, man. Big explosion incoming. Oh, it was in the green part. Gotcha. Oh. Yeah, maybe gotta drop some stuff, but I think the 50s is fine on the 570, honestly. Although, yeah, the pop-in is very noticeable. Huh, gracioso, Ignus. Yeah, although some rocks still do not load properly. Hang on, let me do a couple tweaks very quickly. Low shadows and low... Oh, there's no low ambient occlusion. Dang it. Let's try low shadows, super quick. Okay. Gotcha. So my final settings would be low shadows and low textures. And again, if you want better grass, put textures on medium, but the rocks will be affected, which I never thought I would say in a sentence, but there we are. Yeah, an LOD issue. Yeah, definitely something like that. Maybe it's with the shader compilation in the background. On AMD, maybe it's not so good, I'm guessing. And this is using so much system RAM and CPU now. Because again, I'm loading the shaders in real time. That's why CPU usage will be sky high the first time you get into certain locations. If I stay still, it will lower the CPU usage drastically after loading the shaders. There we go. 50% CPU. But if I start running to a new area I haven't visited yet, it's going to go up in CPU usage. So yeah, that's pretty interesting how that works. Yeah, look at that. 100% CPU. Almost. So yeah. Anyway, I think I saw enough for today. Do not even try to go over 1080p on the 570. You're going to have a bad time. Just pick your poison. You either have decent grass and terrible rocks, or okay-ish / terrible grass and terrible rocks and wood. Up to you. Yeah, it kinda sucks when Nvidia and AMD have such a big differential in specific games, because in some games it's the other way around. So yeah. Borderlands 3 comes to mind. On the AMD cards, Borderlands 3 is a lot better. So yeah, I wish it was more balanced, like all things should be. Yeah, it does load faster now, yeah. Why can't they do both? I don't know. I'm not an engineer. Would be nice to know though. Probably something to do with the engine, I'm guessing. Although it's funny because this game was made on PS4, for PS4, and PS4 is AMD hardware, so that shouldn't be an issue. So yeah. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this live stream. FSR on Horizon, highly recommended. On UltraQuality, on 1080p. If you want to go lower than UltraQuality, well, try to be above 1080p. But I think it's a good solution for getting extra frames. You can even do 60 frames on a 1650 Super, which is nice. Then on the AMD card, should help you with the texture streaming, but overall, still an issue on AMD cards, the texture streaming. So hopefully they can fix that up soon. Otherwise, the new shader compilation works fantastically well. Yeah, it maxes out the CPU when I'm running around. But there's less stutter, which is a big plus. So yeah, and on the Nvidia cards, it runs fantastically well in comparison to the one, so props to them. 1440p, no. On this card, forget it. We're already VRAM limited below 1080p. I'm not going to do 1440p. I'll kill the graphics card. Kill the graphics card. Kill the GPU FPSs, if that makes any sense. So yeah, not worth it, in my opinion. I mean, you can do it, but I wouldn't bother, honestly. But hey, who knows? I might be surprised. Okay. Let me disable FSR super quick. Let's see if that breaks the game. Okay, it doesn't. Alright. In that regard, they improved it then. You can actually do native 1440p now. That wasn't possible before. So, if you want to do 1440p native, you can actually do it. Just keep it like this, and it should be 30 frames. So if you rather get a higher resolution, although some textures are not loading at 1440p. So never mind. Do not do 1440p. Look at this. Look at what happens when we are VRAM bottlenecked. Also, the armor behind Alloy also hasn't loaded properly. So yeah, not worth it. Stay away from 1440p. No worth it. So yeah, as you can see, when I'm back to 1080p with ultra quality FSR, well, that texture does load properly. So yeah, do 1080p with FSR on ultra quality and enjoy 50 to 70 frames on this game. And well, a lot of textures won't look great, but it'll be playable. Unless you have an 8GB card. In that case, you should be fine. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see ya next time. Bye guys. Thanks for watching. Love you all. See ya. Bye-bye. Thank you. Have a great day.